Hello and welcome. My name is Jennifer Long, and welcome to What's on Our Cutting Table Wednesday. How is everybody today? I'm pretty excited today because today is June, and this week is June, and we've got gardens coming up here, and the sun is finally shining, and the wind has calmed down. So it's super beautiful outside, and I find myself kind of trying to balance now yet another thing, juggle another thing in our lives as we all do. And now I'm just trying to balance my yard work and my garden work as well. But I am super happy to do that and to figure out that new balance. So I am always trying at this time of year to sort of figure out how I can still be creative and like touch fabric and work with all of the craft supplies that I love working. How about you? And one thing that I'm deciding to do for myself. So I don't know if you've been watching, if you follow Be So Inspired on Instagram, but I've been sharing a little bit on my stories in Instagram about my own personal, I guess, realizations and journeys with my own health. And yeah, I'm just curious if on our newsletter we are sort of interested in sort of joining together on this as well, because it is kind of an interesting topic that we don't always talk about that much. And it is sort of nice to know that we all have like struggles with our time, with our health, with our eating, with our physical activity, on putting ourselves first. It's really hard. I know for myself, we have 4 kids. I always put them first. I put my business usually ahead of myself as well. My family, my house, my yard, all my priorities. And then I sort of get what's left over. And I have been trying over the last 6 weeks to give myself an hour every day. And exercise is really important to me. So I've been trying to just walk every day for an hour. And at first, I thought that that hour was going to like take away from all of the other things, and I was going to get even further behind and have even more stuff piled up. But the amazing thing, like the cool thing about it actually is that, I mean, it's a bit of an adjustment to do that, but then now I'm finding that I actually have more productivity. Like the work that I'm doing is actually deeper work. I'm focusing more. I feel better. And I feel more resilient, and I feel like I'm a better mom to my children. I feel like I'm more productive at work. So I'm counting that as a big win, sort of for my head to be able to realize that I can do that for myself. So I'd just be curious to know if this is something that anybody else has ever sort of faced before, and if they want to hear a little bit more about the journey. We're just all regular people, just trying to do our best. So really interesting. On that same self-care vein, let's get back to crafts and talk about self-care. And I started out sewing. Well, actually, my first love for like anything textile and threads was when I was really little, like maybe 7, possibly 8, but I'm thinking around 7. I learned to cross stitch because it was just in one hole out. I think I even learned first on that, like those big plastic weaving or wove or whatever they are, and then I moved on to the fabric. But I remember as soon as I did the first one, I was completely hooked. I was thinking, this is amazing. It's transformational. It just spoke to me. It was relaxing. I am a pretty, like hyper personality, and it really just had me sit and be productive. I love the texture that it creates and just the color, the use of color in it. And I was just hooked. So I've done a lot of cross stitch over my life. I moved into embroidery by hand, and then really dived deep into machine embroidery. I still love all of those things. But seeing as it was June and I was kind of taking some self-care, I thought maybe it would be fun to sort of revisit this cross stitch part of myself. And I'm joining along with the Fat Quarter Shop and Lori Holt, and they're hosting 4 weeks, so just 4 weeks in June, a free stitch along called Granny Square. And you just make these 4 little granny squares, stitch along. So it's just one a week, completely doable. And what I'm remembering and finding about how excellent it is to sort of take with you. So on this week's blog post, which I'll link here, I've talked about, I've taken it to the ball diamond. I've taken it outside around the campfire. You can take it watching television. And this is my first little block in the 4-week block. Isn't it just so sweet? So I'm really, really enjoying it. I'm loving that it's like slowing me down slightly, and and it's also just giving me just some time to sort of like enjoy and think. And then I have a little kind of a couple funny things in the blog too about things that is keeping me away from too, because we can't eat in front of the television when we're cross stitching, or I can't roast marshmallows when I'm cross stitching. So that's kind of added benefit. Thank you, cross stitch. No, but it's in all seriousness, it's really been just really beautiful to sort of find that part of myself again and just take that moment. So I'll just talk a little bit about this cross stitch along if you're interested. So it's totally free. You can just hop over to the link and download the pattern. Hop over to my blog, pardon me, at besoinspired.com and download the pattern. And if you want to use the same colors that I am using, I'm doing a slightly different than what they're calling for here, but sort of similar. I am using Aurifil floss. And if you've ever used Aurifil floss, it's just so wonderful. So I have some colors that I've chosen. Kind of remind me of like June, summer, happy colors. And I'm doing each one actually separately in a hoop, because I have a different idea for assembly instructions. So if you would like to do yours like I am going to do, you're going to need to put each one on a separate little square of fabric. So I did get this, I'm using Lori Holt's vintage cloth. It's called Barely Pink. Let's see if you can see it there. Yeah. And so I have enough here to do 4. I just need 4. And I'm going to make each 4 in a different hoop for now. And it doesn't quite matter if they're centered. You just need some space around them. And I'll share on the last week what I'm going to do with all of them as I get them all put together. So hopefully it works out. No, it will. I already have the idea. So it's going to be lots of fun. If you're joining, please let me know. I'd be so interested to know if you're joining along with us, and just getting back into sort of that enjoyable, slow hand stitching that can go anywhere with you. So that's been not on my cutting table, but like in my realm of creation this week and for the next couple weeks as well. Behind the scenes, we are preparing at Be So Inspired for our annual Organize Along this summer. This is our second annual Organize Along. What is an Organize Along? An Organize Along is just like a sew along or a quilt along. It is also free. So it's just coming together here. We're going to have a video every week and a blog post every week. And we're going to organize 8 different sections of our craft or creative spaces. So the only thing you need to do to join is just make sure you're following Be So Inspired newsletter and that you are subscribed to our YouTube channel. So you'll get this near the end of June. I'll give you a free download for the schedule, and you can put it up on your fridge or in your room. And you can follow along with us, and we'll share ideas. We use the hashtag Organize Along. And if you always tag me at Be So Inspired, then I can also see. So just follow, like, and subscribe to this YouTube channel, Be So Inspired. And if you join the newsletter, then you'll make sure that you stay on track for everything. And if you fall off track, it's okay. You can come back and join again. And it's just to sort of inspire. And if you've joined last year, I need it again. So, craft spaces get messy again. Our needs change and all of the things, right? So we can always just sort of use a rebalance and a refresh, and it's going to be an annual event. But something really exciting is happening. Oh, look, there's sun coming in. Yay, I told you it's beautiful sun coming in. So something wonderful is being included this year, and I will share it with you here first. So the exciting thing that is going to be happening this year with the Organize Along is we are going to have some free tutorials for different projects that you can make, that you can organize with. So that is going to be wonderful. And we're also having some guest bloggers. So I can't wait to introduce you to all of them and share it. It's going to be quite an event. We are partnering with Riley Blake Design. So thank you, Riley Blake, for that. That is going to be so exciting. And you can follow them as well if you don't already. And it's just going to be a wonderful, wonderful way to all come together, organize our spaces so that in the fall, we are all ready to join and start sewing as much as we want to sew. So that is the organize along this summer, and just make sure that you are following those things and watch for more details in the coming weeks. I've got a lot of things on my sewing table this week, so I'm trying to get all my sewing stuff done before our kids are still in school, actually almost till the end of June, so 2 more weeks here still. And so I'm just trying to get all my stuff done before, all of the excitement of summer holidays happens and all of that happens and the kids are home. So I am just working on some of my strike offs for the Be a Superhero collection, and the doll panels that are in here, and there's the cape panels in here. So much beautiful excitement. So I would like to sew all of these up and just get them all tested and ready for you. The fabric collection is hitting shops in August. So that's just a couple months away, so not too far. If you are a local quilt shop or you do know of a local quilt shop that you'd like to carry this, be awesome if you tagged them, ask them for, this is called Be a Superhero. It's by myself, Jennifer Long from Be So Inspired, and for Riley Blake Designs. So it's going to be really, really fun and super enjoyable, and I hope that you will be joining us in the fall too. So we will be doing a sew along for the organize along. A sew along for the Be a Superhero. All these alongs, right? We'll be doing a sew along for the Be a Superhero dolls in October. So you'll want to make sure that it gives you lots of time to get your doll panels, and you can sew along with me in October for that. If you are coming to Garden of Quilts in September in Utah, I will be teaching live and in person in Utah in September. So be in a Garden of Quilts. I'm actually teaching 4 different classes, but this is one of them. So I'll be teaching 4 different classes, 3 quilt classes, this doll class, and I'll actually be doing a lecture on playful quilts and dolls. So it's really exciting. And if you are going to be there or you're planning on a little bit of a travel holiday, please do come and take part and share all the fun. So that's a couple of things that is on my cutting table this week. I got myself the bag panels, the crochet bag panels. Since I'm doing the granny square along, and now that I'm going to say it to you, I better make sure that I finish them. But I did get myself the granny square along panel here to make the bag, so I can put my stuff in the bag as well. So I will share that as soon as I get it ready. And so it's really, really a lot of fun. I can't wait to hear what you're sewing on. If you're making any Be So Inspired projects or anything that we've talked about for sew alongs or quilt alongs on the video, just I would love it if you always tagged me at Be So Inspired so I can see what you're up to and I don't miss anything also. So and if you're going to be organizing even ahead of time, please do tag us as well. So thank you so much for joining us every Wednesday. It is wonderful to connect with you. It's so wonderful to see you. I can't wait to get started on all of the fun projects. I'm going to hoop my cross stitch right away after this, and I'm going to get started on the next one this week, and I can't wait for all of us to begin. So I'll see you again next week, and have a great week. Talk to you soon. Bye for now.